Welcome, welcome, welcome to One Take Wine. What are we even doing here? Taking a look back at the 1970s. The times where they were a little rough around the edges, weren't they? I mean, the 60s are always romanticized by our parents' generation. It's good to touch. The 80s became a little bit more... In the 90s about money and... I love the colors of the 70s. I like the haircuts from the 70s. I like the music of the 70s. Great movies, great aesthetic. It's winter. I need some wines with a little heft to them. I've been drinking a lot of delicate burgundies lately. That sort of nonsense doesn't belong here today. So we're gonna go with an Amarone, 1978 Amarone from Allegrini, and a 1976 Vin Jaune from Rolet. But you know what? Right now, I'm thirsty. I'm excited. What are we waiting for? Let's go. What do we got in the glass? I'm going to start with the Allegrini because the Allegrini, if you look at the color there, is looking very, very tired. It looks, juiced. And like it's faded into this sort of almost dark apple must color. I've had port wines of this color and they've been excellent. And on the nose, it's beautiful. The fruit is really wonderful. It's a little nervy, a little volatile maybe. And then there's a lot of decay. There's a lot of dead leaves and mulch. But the sweetness of the fruit's hanging in there. It's getting a little zingy at the end there. It's starting to get a little tinge of metallic to it, and it is quite tannic. At the same time, I wasn't expecting perfection from a wine like this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this. This is really good. It's got the farmyard, but not in the bready sense, like no Brett to it in the way that a Bordeaux can get. There's a harshness to the acidity at the finish. It's a little heartburny, but the fruit's there, the tannin's there. Who knows? Maybe a few hours, and this will perk right up to life. I'm still really gonna enjoy. I'm gonna drink it. Like there's nothing gonna stop me from that. And I love that decay. It's very romantic to me. It has a presence about it. It has a certain sort of stature that even if the wine is not great, it's still a great wine. Beautiful. And look at that label, huh? Look at that. The way they don't make labels like this anymore. Even the modern labels, I know they think they're being chic, but this is class in a glass. I really like it. I like the brown shade of it. I don't think anybody would score this wine super high. I don't think it'll make the list of I must have that wine for anybody, but for me, who picked it up at auction, perfect. What do we got in the glass? Look at that color. I mean, it's almost the same color as the previous one. It's almost the same color as the Amarone. This has got a really almost peachy fruit roundness to it. It just kind of explodes with this big, sweet stone fruit nose. Definitely some apple, but not oxidized apple. Just a almost apple pie apple. There is a little bit of that garbagey nose to it, a little off-putting on the nose, I must say. It's good when you get a little pat behind the fruit. There's this mineral high tone as well. This is in much, much, much better shape than the Amarone is. It's why I'm drinking it second. It has way more heft to it still. It has way more life to it still. Almost chestnutty depth to it. Oh, so complex. There's notes of honey, definitely a tinge of saffron and curry. I think it's more that than the honey. The honey is just like a little sort of tail poking up at the end. And then with that apple sort of wave kind of going through it. Remarkably lively acidity. It doesn't have that bite at the finish. This is still going super, super strong. This is not going anywhere. Take a look at that label. What a fantastic, these guys made some proper wines back in the day. It's not for everybody. If you don't like Vin Jaune, you're not gonna like it. If you like Vin Jaune, you're gonna love it. Even from here. I go from here, I can still smell it. It's very royal. It's got a royalty about it. It's a noblesse. Very, very long. Impeccably clean and flavorful and lingering, highly present finish. This will not be denied, this wine. This wine wants to be a part of whatever you're doing right now. It is fantastic à point. I don't think it's over. I'm not sure it'll develop much more, but I don't think it's going downhill. So, I mean, pretty amazing. 76. I don't know what you were doing in 1976, but I can tell you this. I wasn't doing very much of anything except getting in trouble and playing a lot of hockey. What can I tell you? Check these babies out. The 70s were great. He's were he's and she's were she's and they's were multiples of he's or she's. It's so much fun to experience the 70s this way. Amarone, I think I'm going to give it another hour or two and see if some of that can blow off, some of that sort of harshness. It's not a lot, but it's there, you know. Still super savory and almost salty in a way. The sweetness that you get from Amarone has been, it's been tamed down now. It's like dipping your Twizzler in gravy. The Jaune is just a magnificent example of wine. You can't expect much more from a white wine, or any wine of any color. I love trying all these old wines, especially when you can get them at a discount because nobody wants them, because everybody thinks they're too old and too lame, and kids today couldn't care less. I'll take them. I'll snap them up. If they're in your cellar and you don't want them, give me a ring-a-dingle. If you've had some, let me know in the comments. Share your experience, the wines that you've had, or any of your recommendations for wines from the 70s. I'll take them. I appreciate your thoughts. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay thirsty. See you next time.